I'm so sorry there was no vlog last week, but I was a tad exhausted after open book. And plus, the teen went back to school after the holes and didn't have time to edit anything for me. Apparently, it's frowned upon to pull your child out of school to edit your vlog. So there you have it. We had a fabulous trip down to Cape Town for open book. It was my first open book, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think they did a wonderful job of organizing it. A few of the highlights: I got to meet Colleen Higgs of Majaji, and she gave me my copy of Namaste Life. I wrote the shout for this. It was the very first shout I'd ever written. It says, a compelling read with touches of magical realism and brilliant dialogue. The infuriating complexity of Maharaja's family relationships is moving and powerful. I have to confess, Colleen did edit that a bit, so it sounds quite intelligent. Anyway, just one point though, guys. It's Pamela Power, not Pamela Powers. Fabulous book. I highly recommend it, Namaste Life. I want to say a big thank you to both Paige Nick and Karina Brink for their fabulous hospitality and generosity while we were in Cape Town. Thank you, Paige, for putting me forward for the charity dinner. And also, she couldn't stop feeding us. Literally, every time I turned around, she was trying to make me a fried breakfast or avo on toast or chicken Kiev. It was quite amazing. Yes, so thank you for the charity dinner. I had a blast. And thank you, Karina, for the wonderful dinner with Andy Martin. It was fabulous. I do have a confession to make. Louis, I am so sorry. I forgot to give Andy the signed copy of Submerged. Please forgive me, my friend. So Andy, you'll have to bring Heather and come visit us so I can give you the copy of Submerged. That's all the vlog is going to consist of this week, is the interviews that I did at Open Book and the pictures that I took. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy all of that. Oh, before I forget, thank you to my beautiful friends for this. It is a light box for my launch of Things Unseen. I love you guys. Big mwah. Right, so that's it. Enjoy the interviews, and all I have to say is, read essay. Out. Okay, those are Helen's poetry box and her boobs, her very impressive boobs. That is her new poetry book. I want you to read the deleted bits.
Oh, you want me to read some of the deleted poems? Well, first I have to show people what the deleted poems are, and also look at my new baby.
Oh, so
I'm so proud of it. It is so beautiful, and what I love is that although it's completely different to its big sister, Strange Fruit, which came out 7 years ago, you can see their family. But Pam wants me to read the deleted poems, and for that I have to show you what my incredibly clever publisher and editor did.
It doesn't matter, the teen will edit it.
He took poems and he crossed out lines. And he took notes that I'd written on the poetry manuscript, and he dropped them in as poems themselves. So you have, for example...
I think those are my absolute favorite bits. Okay, I'm going to read that.
You read that.
No, it's a failure. I keep on in the hope that one day I'll figure out how to write this. How brilliant is that?
I wrote that about a poem that wasn't working. So he ditched the poem and he took the comment and he turned it into a poem.
I adore that.
He's brilliant, but I love it, and I'm very happy with it. It's got all sorts of special personal meaning. This is a botanical illustration by my dad's late botanical illustrator, a woman called Elifie Ward Hillhorst. And this is an unfinished painting, and she died in sudden and tragic circumstances. And this was given to my dad as a keepsake. And now it's on the cover of a book his daughter wrote.
Where can we get it?
Book Lounge, Cork Bay Books.
Will it be at Love Books in Josie?
Yes, because I can say that with confidence because I know Nick and he makes extraordinary things happen. So good independent bookstores or via the Ushlanga Press website. It's published by Ushlanga. He's very clever, sexy,
and how much is it?
print. I have no idea.
Is it on? Okay. Look, I've got Andy Martin in my bed.
What am I supposed to
First
do?
of all, I'm gonna say hi to his wife. Hi, Heather.
I just had a lawyer asking me that question. Is that your wife you're with, actually? An American lawyer?
Oh, okay.
I said I plead the Fifth Amendment. Can I do that? No? Yeah, go on.
Can we? Okay, quickly. Tell us about your book.
Oh, God, the about question is so hard.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Do you know I once wrote a paper called What is About? I can't remember the answer. It's something to do with Copernicus, funnily enough, actually.
Oh,
but okay, setting that aside,
are you gonna,
because
use
Lee
it
Child
along
said
with-
to me, stop that bullshit. You've got to be able to answer the about question. Although he never does. Because look, Make Me,
Oh, God, you got to get Lee
which
Childs in there.
my book is better than, by the way. Sorry. Hold on. He can never say what it's about. He never does. Because he will give it all away. In my case, I'm going to do a better deal. I'm going to tell you what it's about. It's about a guy writing a book. And the guy is Lee Child. And the book is Make Me. But, if I may say, it is slightly more than that. And you will appreciate that, because I'm just telling you what you already know. Because it appears to be that. But it is, of course, a book about the creative process. And therefore, Lee Child is merely an exemplary character. And he could be any other writer. And so he's
He's
real.
a representative
He's
of
real.
all of us.
Yeah, he's real, but he's a myth at the same time. He's a real myth.
Okay, look who I have in my bed. Well, in fact, it's not my bed. It's Mrs. Brink's bed. Again. So, yeah. We've had a very wonderful open book fest, but we are now exhausted. And
As one can see.
yeah, it's been a rough weekend.
A good weekend.
A good weekend. So, yeah. So talk to me about my favorite quote from Nora Ephron, which is, everything is copy.
I think automatically the moment you realize, no matter at what stage in your life, that you're a writer, there is a kind of double consciousness that kicks in. You immediately understand that everything that you experience will eventually somehow feed into your creative work. And in that respect, I think we are all very similar, always watching, always taking note.
Writing down bits of dialogues, as my friends well know.
Yes, and it is amazing to be in a literary community and then to know that everybody is doing it. And so we also steal from each other but feed each other's creativity. And I think that when there is also kindness involved and real inspiration, and when one can stand above the jealousy and envy, then amazing things can happen because one understands that process.
And I mean, I often think, like with my writing, I write to, you know, like we spoke about writing your pain. I think I write to make sense of things. Do you feel that?
Yeah, always. And any kind of, even something like a review of a book will surprise myself during writing. The writing always exposes something new to me about a given text or about the world, about my own experiences. And yes, definitely about pain.
Okay. So thank you, Mrs. Brink, for joining. Well, it's not between my sheets, it's actually between her sheets. It's been special to be between your sheets.
Always a pleasure.
And that ends part 1 of episode 9 of Between the Sheets with Pamela. Stay tuned for part 2.